Good day, Brutal Planet listeners. This is Eric Peterson, quarantining from Salt Lake City. And today I'm honored to be joined by Rikard and Madeleine of Eleine. How are you guys today?
We're great, thanks.
Yes, we are. Thanks so much for having us.
Of course. And we were just talking before the interview. It was exactly a year ago that we talked about your EP, All Shall Burn, that it was coming out.
Yeah. Crazy, it's been like exactly a year.
I know.
Very productive from our part.
Yeah.
Yes, it has.
Amazing. It's as if you actually work behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
So, are you guys quarantining today?
Well, we actually don't really like to be amongst people anyway.
Yeah.
We don't have a quarantine lockdown in Sweden. In that manner, we just have the government telling people to keep the distance.
Yeah. And if you're sick, of course, you have to self-quarantine at home. But overall, it's not like that. So.
And also, if you have someone at home that is sick and you're not sick, you should actually test yourself. You know?
And you have to stay home. So we do have these restrictions, but it's not like the general lockdown in Sweden. It's not.
But we're always quarantining, man.
Well, it was
like home in the studio.
So over the year, I've been talking to people from Sweden, and I've been asking them, how's the lockdown been going? And most of them have been saying, well, they keep telling us to stay 6 feet apart, but we're just wondering when we can do like we do as Swedes and stay about 20 feet apart.
Yeah. Well, that's actually the thing that we're kind of talking about. At least us. I mean, and those guys apparently. But we do see people just like living on top of each other, not keeping distance and stuff like that. So every Swede is not like that. Yeah.
Okay.
But in general, Swedish do like to keep a distance and, stay at home when it's winter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hang out.
Stay at home when it's summer. Stay at home during springtime.
So we're kind of used to that, but especially us as musicians, we've been living full time as musicians for years, and we're used to keeping a large distance because we never want to get sick, because then it means we can't work. So yeah.
Well, when the last time we talked, it was you guys were just getting ready to release your EP, and you guys were getting to hit the road in 2020. How did the timeline play out for you guys as things unrolled in 2021?
How it played out?
Yeah, with your tour. I know you were going out with Myrith, correct?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the timeline was like on tour with Myrith for like 5 weeks. Yeah. And then we had record the album, like the final recordings of the album. And then we had a bunch of like cool gigs lined up and
a possible tour.
And a possible tour later on, So we had a bunch of stuff. Then 3 weeks into the first tour, we were like, bam!
Pandemic happened.
Yeah.
It was very annoying. But as we've been saying in so many interviews, we never want to take away the memories from the tour that actually was for 3 weeks. I mean, it was like one of the best tours for Eleine ever. We gained so many new fans, and it was like a huge success and so many beautiful memories. So it's like easy to forget that when talking about pandemics, and that's not weird. I mean, it's pretty natural, but it was so good for us. So I'm so very grateful we had that for 3 weeks before all of this happened.
Yeah, I got to tell you, when we were out on tour, I mean, when it started, it was like, all right, let's do it, let's kick it, Stuff where everything was nice. We followed the yellow brick road, and it was really good. And then it started like, we played at a venue, and then we left the venue. Then the next day, we saw on social media that venue we just played at had closed down because of a rising pandemic, And we're like, oh, all right, well. Luckily, we got to play there. And let's look forward to the next place.
The last one.
Yeah, let's look forward to the next place. And it happened the next time. Then it actually caught up to us. We were like, shit, we're in a race.
It was just like that. So,
and but then, we came to Germany. We played at Hellraiser Club. And we actually said that the night before, we should have, or 2 nights before, we should have like cut our losses and just head home to actually come home. And it was like barely that we got home.
Yeah, I mean that the same night that we had the last gig in Germany in Leipzig, we figured that the tour management for Mirath, it was they who did everything with the tour. They just said I think we need to cancel. We were like, yeah, we talked about it yesterday. We should because that's caught up on us because we got all of these notifications on Facebook, that this venue has closed and this is canceled and this venue has closed and it's canceled and everything. So we just realized that there is nothing left and it's better to just cut it and go home. And 5 or 10 minutes before our last show, we get a notification on our phone saying, Denmark is closing the borders, and that was the way we were supposed to drive home to Sweden.
Okay.
We were like, no, seriously, how are we getting home? And lucky for us, the ferries haven't stopped going by then, so we were lucky. But it was it was like an awful feeling. You just take for granted, of course, we can just go home, but it wasn't like that anymore. It wasn't that sure that we would be able to come home. So it was a pretty scary feeling to have going through. But we were lucky this time. We were.
Yeah.
That's almost like a movie moment, where you're just racing against the virus.
Yeah. It was crazy. It was.
Yeah. Well, you got to look at it like this. We were one of the last bands to be out on tour during 2020.
Yeah.
That's historic. So Eleine to the history books.
Yeah.
Yes. So we want to talk about Dancing in Hell, and first thing I have to say is that if anything good was to come out of the pandemic, it's Dancing in Hell.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
It's such a great album. I listened to it, and my first impression was fucking epic. And then I listened to it again, and my second impression was fucking epic. It's like, oh my God, this is what I was waiting for after you guys released the All Shall Burn. So you were saying that you guys started recording or started writing and stuff right before everything started. How was the process? Was it any different than your last album?
What was that?
Was the process of writing and recording any different because of the pandemic?
Oh, no.
Okay.
The writing, we started writing this album in 2018.
In December 2018.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's like 2 years ago we started.
Wow.
Today. Yeah.
And, we work as we always do. Madeleine and I, we write about what we know, what we feel, and what we see. So it's our own experiences and what we see that others are going through. And we've said this a couple of times now, that a struggle is always a struggle. And if your words are true, what you write about, and you actually have a good message, it's always contemporary. It doesn't really matter what kind of struggle you're going through.
And we do know that a lot of fans has been saying now that they really can relate to the singles that has been released because, they really do fit into this pandemic situation, but it was written before. So that is like a kind of proof of what Rikard is saying here, that it's contemporary.
Yeah.
And the recording part wasn't like any difference either because Sweden wasn't in a lockdown. We had scheduled it for April and May. So it was just like it's usually is, and it worked very, very well.
Yeah.
How has the reception been from fans and critics and everything overall for you guys so far?
Very good.
Yeah.
I could say above expectation, but I like it. So
yeah.
We're never prepared. You can't really be. You can't really tell the future when you're writing like stuff like music and movies and art in general, because you got to take it the way it comes. And we're happy with it. We write what we feel is right. We're staying true to ourselves, and if people like it, great. If they don't, sorry, dude, it's coming.
But we're always humble about the fact that you never know what to expect. You never know what fans will say or critics or whatever. So, I mean, we are very proud of the album, and we're so deeply grateful for receiving all of this beautiful feedback and reviews like yours. Thank you once again.
Yeah, of course.
And for all the fans, I mean, it's like kind of feels overwhelming at some points because you never know what to expect, and it's like the biggest compliment you can receive.
And everyone, it is, and everyone has said that it's super good. You know, everyone has said that it's the most amazing album they've heard from us, and sometimes even like at all, and that's just super humbling. So it's the reception has been great so far, and it isn't even released.
No.
Yeah, exactly. So are there any songs when you guys were recording them that you said, yeah, this song's going to be amazing? I mean, when it's all said and done, I know you guys like all the songs, and there's not a weak song on the album, but was there a song for either one of you that you said, yeah, this is going to be it?
You know, while writing, you go back and forth between this is crap and this is godlike.
Really?
There has been like one track.
Yeah, you do that because you're always like not second guessing, but you're always giving yourself the hardest critique ever.
Yep.
And I sat with for example with Where Your Rotting Corpse Lie, and I was like, oh man, this sucks. And then later on I was like, oh, this is the greatest thing ever, you know, because you listen to like thousands of times, but you know, I always like it. I never hate it. If I hate it, it's discarded.
Kind of like that. And I gotta say, if there's been one track, as you say, I love them all, of course. I mean, they're like our babies, but if there has been one song I haven't felt any doubt from the very first time it was like finished writing the song until now, it's Dancing in Hell. Still, I feel the same thing that I feel the first time I just heard the demo when it was like done, you know. And I gotta say Dancing in Hell.
Let's talk about from demo stages, because it's so hard to like from the beginning of writing a song until now, since you go back and forth. But from the demo stage, I'm actually gonna say Your Rotting Corpse Live, because, you know, as I said, it was a little bit back and forth there, but it was because you didn't really stop and appreciate what you actually have done. And when the demo is done, you know, you're like have a wider spectrum of it all, and you back off like a couple of days, then you listen to it again. So I'm gonna say that one, Where Your Rotting Corpse Live, both just because of the title.
Brutal.
And the track itself.
I mean, for me, like when I saw that song title, I went, I can't think of a better name for a song. I mean, this is a great name.
Dude, that song, I mean, that title was so satisfying to come up with and to actually sing and growl, you know?
Yeah.
It's really satisfying. It's the ultimate song of deceit and also of retribution.
Nice. Because to me, it has almost lack of a better description, the beat and the sound has almost like a circusy kind of a sound to it.
Oh, yeah.
You know, kind of like a carnival circus sound to it, but I love it. I love that sound, and when you start growling, I mean, that just intensifies everything.
It's like a lion.
Yeah, but I agree with you, Eric. I feel that I'm going nuts when I hear it. I'm like, I want to jump into a mosh pit and just...
You know, the thing that you said there with the circus kind of thing, I'm not like circling that it's a circus song, but you know, it's an interesting thing that you said, because people that deceive you, they're often jokers.
Yes, that's true. That is very true.
Those are fucking clowns, man.
Yes.
Yeah. And we shall bury them.
Yes. So there's three things that on this album that stand out to me from your guys' previous albums. The first one is your growls. I mean, your growls are more predominant to me in this album. Was that something that was planned?
Yeah, it was also planned for the second album, but you know, it never got all the way to have predominant, like in the mix.
Yeah.
And you're talking about mix-wise, right?
Yes.
Yeah, then I was on the right track. Well, yeah, it was always planned. We always have this. I mean, growls to us is also lead vocal.
Yeah.
It's not like a thing that should be like all the way back here and you can't really hear it. You know, it needs to be in your face. It's there to punch you in the face and in the gut and like knee your groin.
Yeah.
It's like, it has to be there. It's a part of it all. To emphasize a piece of lyric.
Yeah, and it's like it's brutal, and you're gonna feel it. I always want to feel it when I'm listening to like the black metal that I listen to. I want it to be in my face so I can just like sing along with it.
Yeah,
know?
And also Eric, thank you very much.
Yes, of course. And for me, when I listen to it, it's like Madeleine is kind of like the hero, and then when you start growling, it's like you're the villain coming out.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, sometimes, I guess. Yeah.
And so then the second thing that comes out a lot to me in this album is the symphonic aspects, is grown exponentially to me. It just seems like this album is more epic than the last ones.
Yeah, we agree also. And thank you so much. For this album, I mean, I've always written the orchestral parts. Mm-hmm. It's like until the end, and we had a guy that helped us arrange them before to just like give that grander thing. And now he wasn't able to help us, so I was like, well, shit, and I had to like learn how to arrange, the entire thing.
Wow.
Not just it, you know. And I dove in and I did it, and ta-da!
Yeah, it was like very impressive.
So it's, Oh, thank you very much, Madeleine.
Yeah, but it was. It's
more
not the
like
easiest task.
No, it's very hard. It's very hard, but also very fun. And like to do it more in-house, I think that is the key to the sound we have now, because you know it's a lot easier to tell yourself what you're after than to like tell someone else that isn't like inside of it. Yeah,
it's like more. It really fits the vision, the vision we had from the beginning. So I've been saying that now for all the entire time, that now I really think it sounds like Eleine and the way that I wanted it from the beginning. So I'm really pleased that we're here now.
It's all been great, but you know, this is the next step.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. And I love it. It sounds a bit more, like Anton said, it sounds more like brutal and dark. It's like more epic. I was like, yes, you're correct. So I'm glad you liked it too, Eric.
Yeah, I mean, the epic is a perfect word, and like you said just a second ago, I think it's 100% your vision when you can do it yourself. So that's what makes it the best.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think so too.
And that is the same with, like, you know, when you're doing the live shows and the music videos, because we have this vision in our head. You know, you hear the song and we see something in our heads, and we really always want to reflect that in everything we do. And I mean, the symphonic arrangements for me is like, of course, it should be reflected there as well. So yeah.
And then for me, lastly, I've noticed it in your previous albums, but the drumming in this album is like, I just go, holy shit, that drumming is just like, it's just like more epic sounding.
Yeah, Jesper is a really good drummer. And when creating tracks, it's never that I have to compromise with the drumming when I'm sitting in the studio and just laying down the basics of it all. I feel that I can do whatever crazy shit I come up with, and Jesper will be like, yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, I just got to practice, you know. It's been like that for the entire album. That, I mean, he've said that when it comes to the drumming, and I've said that when it's been coming to the melodies and all of my vocals. And sometimes it's me who came up with it, and sometimes it's Rikard, but still, that you're pushing yourself to that very limit where you actually evolve like a musician. And Jesper's been doing that, and I gotta say, I'm so damn proud of him because he's been doing it so very good.
And also,
and Anton as well.
Yeah, Jesper's flavorings, like his little sprinkle of delicious salt on it all, is like it's very good.
Yeah,
and I would say that every member of Eleine has really been challenged this album, and that was a plan from the beginning, because we always strive to evolve and grow, you know.
Yeah.
So it's been quite difficult to record and actually to play, but you know, we're here now.
It's been the same for you. Yeah, I mean, then it's Rikard who sits here, starting with the riffs, and sometimes we start with like just a melody or a piece of lyrics and all of that. But still, I hear him work all day doing all of these guitar things, and I hear him doing all these varies of it, and how he just like pushes himself to the very limit, and it's just so cool to see someone else do that as well, not only myself. It's just very interesting. So I'm very proud of everyone for like working so very hard, you know. You have to push yourself to like reach the next level. It could be fun anyway, but you know, to reach the next level, you never want to get too comfortable, you know. I'm not like that, like in person. Me as a person, I never like to get too comfortable, because then I kind of lose track, you know. I want to stay focused, like 100%, go hunting for new stuff all the time, and that is who I am. So I really enjoy all of this, like new things, and how I need to push myself. I feel alive when doing that. I think that is the strive to evolve, and not being afraid to evolve. Yeah, exactly. It's like when you're on tour. I mean, you did a good gig tonight, but tomorrow you want to do it better. You want to do it even better. I don't want to lean back and we did a good dash. We'll be like the same tomorrow. I never want to do that. It's like, it was a slaughterhouse today. Now I'm going to want to do it even more tomorrow. You know? Yeah. So it's like, it's important to strive.
So one of my favorite songs on the album is Ava of Death. And in my review, I said, I think if you guys, and I'm not trying to tell you what to do, but I'm just saying, lengthen that introduction. And every Eleine show should open with that song and those drums. Those drums are brutal. I mean, you get that orchestra or the operatic thing, and you lengthen it out, and you guys walk on stage, and then the drummer goes and sits down, and he starts that beat, and that's how every Eleine show should start for me. I could do a bombastic intro with that. That's a good idea.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea.
Why not? I like that. You know, with the Carmina Burana thing.
Yeah, exactly. And then, the drummer starts drumming, and he's the only one out there, and then you guys all file out a little bit at a time. And I just think that would be a great opening for an Eleine show.
I fully agree. That would be like punch in the face.
And if everyone starts losing their minds, it should be like the opening and the closing. You know, we just go out on stage, then we leave.
A great idea. Thanks for that.
Yeah. So you guys are set to release the album on the 27th. And I was listening to you guys on Sunday on Facebook, and you were saying that you might have some signed copies and box sets. Is that correct?
Yeah. The boxes is correct. We do have a collector's edition for this release.
Nice.
It's like we wanted to, when you're sitting there and working with the release and, what formats and everything. And yes, of course, vinyl is like something you really want to have right now. But then I said to everyone that I like to find old cassettes, and a dream of mine has always been to have our music as cassette, so there will be a cassette as well.
Nice.
And then we continued to talk about this, and we were like, there should be like a collector's edition, and that was based on an idea of Rikard.
Well, because we came to that conclusion because this is the third album, and it's a big thing. The third album, I mean, you know how the talk goes. People are like, the first and second album was great, but the third album, that's when it really happened. And we were like, let's do something grand then. and we did a collector's edition box set. I'm from the world of gaming, and Madeleine, will you help me fill in here, please?
You're like, yeah, but he came with this this awesome box he has, and it was like, yeah, I like to find those stuff when we're out and looking for cool things, you know. It's like he collects a lot of games, you know.
Yeah, that's right. Shit, I totally lost track. I can jump in now again. So I came with this box set to Madeleine and said that we should have like this, you know, a complete box, and when you open it up, it's like foam inside, and it's like you got the CD here, it's signed CD, you got the cassette here, and then we talked about different things. What should we have that is exclusive to the box set? And we came up with this Dancing in Hell patch that you can sew on your clothing or whatever, and a Dancing in Hell Eleine band flag. Yes,
and an exclusive vinyl as well.
Yeah.
So you get like everything in this collector's edition box, and it's so cool. And as we continued, we were like, yeah, we really like the artwork, you know. But I myself, I really enjoy black and white. So we tried it out in black and white, and we're like, we can't choose, so why not do both?
Yeah. Also, as a small tribute to old school black metal and old school metal bands.
Yes, and that was my point, because I enjoy black and white, because to me that is the old school black metal stuff that I like, and I know that I have many out there that shares my opinion and thoughts about that, so why not do this tribute?
Yeah, you're a huge black metal fan.
Yeah, and I was like, yeah, we wouldn't know if it was going to be all right with the label, but we presented the idea, and they were like, yeah, why not? This is cool.
Let's do both.
yeah, they totally got it. So that is very exciting. It really is.
So where can people go to get all of those special things, like the collector's box set?
Oh, it's like everywhere. We have this link where you can just order it from your favorite store that you usually buy it from. So
nice.
I think you can order it at Best Buy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, we're like worldwide now.
Wow, cool.
Yeah, but you still have our Bandcamp. You can order it from there.
Yeah.
If that is easier.
Where is the main place to buy stuff like that for you?
For me, I mean, I usually I will go to Amazon.
It's on Amazon as well.
Yeah. So I mean, but of course you can always pick Bandcamp. If I've understood that is pretty popular as well, so it's available there too. So it's available like everywhere. So.
But you know, am I right or wrong when I say Best Buy is a big thing?
It is. Best Buy is a very big thing.
Yeah, because I just saw that like yesterday. I was like, I wonder if it's at Best Buy, and it was.
Nice. That's how you know when you've made it, when you're at Best Buy.
We're there, Madeleine.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
Eric, so fun to have you with us.
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
So now I just want to get to the touchy part, which is touring. You guys are confirmed for the Sweden Rock Festival.
Yeah, we are.
Any other festivals or anything else coming up that you?
Yeah, we had some actually, and there's a lot of planning for 2021 that's going on right now. We recently just announced that we've signed with a really good booking agency based in Germany called Dragon Productions, and super proud and super happy about that. So there is a lot going on behind the scenes, because I mean, you got to be ready at first. When it all opens up, you don't want to be surprised. And I mean, we never stop working. I mean, we love to do this, and we're like always 100%. So there's a lot going on, but nothing that has been officially released yet. It's like the Sweden Rock, and we have this support tour with the Soilwork in the beginning of next year. But I mean, all we can do now is wait and see what happens.
Yeah, exactly.
I actually thought when you said that we're not supposed to like be surprised and just stand there, you know, like, oh shit, it's open, oh my god, you know, it's like we have a Swedish saying, and I'm going to directly translate it into English, and it's going to sound stupid, but you don't want to stand there with your beard in the mailbox.
Sounds so stupid.
That's the greatest thing I've heard all day.
Yeah, so you can use that. So
yeah,
it's like you don't want to stand there looking like an idiot.
Yes, basically. Exactly.
Yeah, so you're welcome.
Thank you. And when I say it's the best thing I've heard all day, it is like 6 o'clock in the morning. So
it's good to be first sometimes.
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
Then it's be like, croissant for lunch. That's the best thing I've heard.
So my last question for you guys is, I've been asking everybody this question since the outbreak, and I was never hoping that I would be able to ask you this question, but tell me a song by Eleine, by content or title, that best describes the state of the world as we know it today.
Pooh.
Dancing in Hell.
Yeah,
really, because, I mean, that is...
Dancing in Hell is a smile.
Yeah, exactly, because it is about your own personal hell, and I do think we all can agree that it really feels like a big hell right now.
It does.
It's not only for musicians. I mean, no, we can't tour, but I mean, all of the fans. I mean, I know that a lot of fans do live for every concert they have to look forward to. I know how much it means to them, and unfortunately, I do know how many that are truly depressed right now, because this has been going on for a pretty long time already, and it feels like you're completely empty inside and that you don't have anything good to look forward to. Because I mean, we know so much about this because we stay in touch with our fans, and it's like on Patreon, it's even closer. We've heard the stories, and I feel with everyone we're in the same boat. So I mean, Dancing in Hell is about that. I mean, of course, you can always say that, okay, you can't go to concerts, but I mean, think about the people that can eat any food. Yeah. They don't have money for food. But that cannot take away that a person is actually really depressed because they can't do what they love.
Exactly.
And yeah, it's not okay that you try to minimize someone, how they feel and how they're doing. So, I mean, we get it. We fully get it. And Dancing in Hell is like, you need to try everything you can to smile while it happens. And because of that, you will come out of it. Even if it doesn't feel like it, you will. Even if tomorrow it's not the better day will come. Maybe not tomorrow, not the day after, but it will come.
And this is the thing that we're talking about a lot with our patrons, especially in our Discord. That we set up just recently, by the way. And I mean, we wake up to every day that patrons on the Discord server are saying good morning to each other and asking how everyone's doing. And people in America is like, all right, guys, I'm going to bed now. Good night. Have a good day. And everyone's so freaking nice. We all posted pictures of our cat the other day. And I mean, we're building this community based on appreciation, strength giving, and just the love of Eleine and the Legion that is growing, you know? Yeah. And like the lyrics to, as we said, yes, Dancing in Hell is the perfect track for 2020, because you need to stay strong. You need to be positive, and if you can't do that alone, that is fine. Rarely anyone can do it alone, and that's why you need someone to lean against. Even if it's an entire legion or just one person, or maybe the thought of something good happening soon or in the future. Look at the chorus: "See me dancing in hell that surrounds me, knowing that I'm free. Though I bleed, my wounds will heal. I'm leaving you behind, fading in time, dancing in hell." Yes, as I smile.
That was perfect. I mean, that really was.
Thank you. It's hard times, you know, but I mean, the message that we're all trying to get out there is to everyone that please, I know what it feels like when it feels like there's nothing left. There's nothing left for tomorrow. It feels pointless to just continue, but it is worth it. I promise. I know what it is like. I've been there a couple of times this year, and it's not fun. It's like a living hell, but it really helps to just find those I've said to everyone that find the small things every day, even if it's like a stupid stand-up on Netflix that you're watching and just laugh your ass off for a half an hour. That is worth it. That will make you go to the next day a little bit better.
It's funny you mentioned that, and in 2016 I was battling cancer, and during that time my doctor told me, he said, don't look ahead to when you don't have cancer. Look ahead every day. Make a calendar of things that you are looking forward to. So I looked online and found albums that were coming out that I really was excited to hear. And it would be like one album here, one album here. And so it gave me something to look forward to the next day. And I think that is exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. I did not know, Eric. And it's just, wow, to hear this. And it's exactly like that. I'm really glad you made it through, though.
Yeah. Well, that wraps things up, and I will say the one thing that I am looking forward to is everybody being able to pick up Dancing in Hell on next Friday, November 27th.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
So I appreciate your guys' time, and I wish you guys the best, and I look forward to the time when I can see you guys again live. So,
man, likewise.
And thank you so much for having us here.
Of course.
It was a great pleasure. So I guess we're doing this in about a year?
Let's not wait that long.
I gotta start writing more music on it.
Yes.
Gotta strive. Continue to strive. I think about a year.
Yes. Okay, let's do that.
Thank you, Eric.
So thank you guys, and everybody go pick up Dancing in Hell on the 27th.